Alright, I'm making this video about my the first, after I found out I had lymphoma cancer, the first week. In a previous video I talked about the first week I had after I found out I had lymphoma cancer. And so, to give you a real quick rundown of what happened, I found out I had cancer on a Monday. Tuesday I met with the cancer doctor, Dr. Chavis, at the VA in Fargo. I had a bone marrow biopsy, and I was admitted to the hospital. And one of the ladies at the infusion room where I get my, where I used to get my chemotherapy, because I'm done with all of that completely, done with all the meds, all the IV chemotherapy from the VA, all the medication, all the pill form of chemo, all shots. The last, well, I think it was in the last I would get. So anyway, I'm done with all of that, everything completely done. And so anyway, I've got a month of, and I talked to the, so I've got it will take about a month before all of my chemo is either out of my body or, attacks the cancer that I have in my body, and gets that taken care of. So anyway, I've got and all other chemo meds that I've been taking, I've got a month with that too, before that's completely done and done its job and out of my body. So that is why I don't have my PET scan until the first week in June. And today is May, what is today's date here? May 15th. Okay, today's May 15th as I do this video. So anyway, I've got so I've got it was about a week ago today when I had my last chemo and chemo pills and everything, and the shots too, all of that. And so by the 8th of June, the time I have about the time I have my last PET scan is when I will, is when I should, when the month is over, and I should have, and I'll have my PET scan. And it should be about that, that's about the day when it should be either all my chemo meds should be out of my body or I've done its job. So that's why they're waiting. That's why I don't have it until a month after I'm done with all that. So I can give a month to see if I got any cancer left in me. And so anyway, I cannot wait to get out of the Hairless Club for Man Club. The Hairless Club for Man. I can't wait to leave that group. That will be nice when I get my hair back. but I need to be patient. I need to go, well, okay. Need to wait. But anyway, need to talk about after, well, anyway, no, let me talk about my, let me continue talking about the first week after after I found out I had cancer. Like I said before, 2 days, less than 2 days after I found out that I had cancer, I had my first chemo. So anyway, I didn't have time to get used to it's just like, I didn't have time to get used to, the fact that I had cancer and that I was going to get chemo. I didn't have much time. It's just like, find out I had cancer and boom, there you go. Here you go. So I don't know. I don't know if you're a cancer survivor, what your story is, how long you had to, how much time you had before diagnosis to your first chemo. Mine was less than 2 days. Yeah. So it's like, some people get ready and get builded up and, and maybe that was a blessing from God that I didn't have time to think about it. I certainly didn't have much time to think about it in less than 2 days. It's like, find out I had cancer today, one day, and then meet with a cancer doctor the next, admitted to the hospital, and then the next day I had my first chemo. The 2 days after that I had my second and third chemo, and the week after that I had my fourth and final, my first round of chemo. So it's just like, I don't have, like I said before, I don't have time to think about it. It's like, boom, here you go. So anyway, that's the way it went, well, hey, it is what it is, when you think about it, you make it a lot worse than it's going to be, than it is. When I found out that I had lymphoma cancer, I was wondering, okay, am I going to be sick? Am I going to be in a lot of pain? What's going to happen? Am I going to lose my hair? What's going to happen? But the only time I've been sick is when I've been getting chemo, or after I had the chemo, is the first time when my very first chemotherapy, and that's when I really hadn't gotten much of the meds to the anti-nausea medication. I hadn't gotten much of that the first time I had my first chemo, so I was a little bit queasy, but it was okay. But since then, I've had no nausea, no getting sick, none of that at all, ever. If you're someone who does, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the anti-nausea medication is not working for you. And when it comes to pain, I had one day in which I was in a lot of pain. And one day I was in a lot of pain, and it's like I was in pain the whole day. The whole day. They gave me morphine and it did nothing for me. But other than that, I've had no pain at all either. And so if that's your situation, if you're in the situation of having a lot of pain after chemo, I'm sorry. I don't know what that's like. I really am. Because I've never had that. Going through, going through a lot of pain. I don't know what that's like. So anyway, anyway, yeah. But as you can see, I joined. Anyway, I was after my first round of chemo. About 3 weeks after that, I started losing my hair, and one day I just realized I'm fighting a losing fight, and that's it. I'm giving up. I'm giving up the fight. This is a fight I'm not going to win. I'm trying to keep my hair. So I had one of the nurses that, assistant nurses, shave it all off. And it's been like this since October. So anyway, can't wait to get my hair back, because I scratch my head so much. And I've got some pictures on I've actually scratched it so much a while since I've been here that it got infected and had all kinds of nasty stuff on my head. And the nurses here were like, "Don't scratch your head, don't do that, don't do that." And so I didn't, and I was taking medication for it, and which cured it, which helped, because I would dig in, because before when it got infected I would just dig in really hard, and that's why I got infected. So I haven't done that since then. Well, for the most part. For the most part I haven't. Let's see here. And anyway, like just scooping the ice cream, scooping the peanut butter out of the jar and eating it. No carbs from bread. Just the peanut butter. And actually a big, and so anyway, that's the previous jar I had. Need to get more peanut butter. So anyway, shouldn't eat a lot of it, but anyway. So anyway, so then the second week after I found out, I had my fourth and final chemo, the first round of chemo, and after that, after I finished my first round of chemo, the nurse practitioner, actually I think she was my doctor for a couple weeks, Lisa. She came in, it was right before Thanksgiving, a couple weeks before Thanksgiving. So I was waiting for my second round of chemo. And it was scheduled for the week of Thanksgiving. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then Thursday, Wednesday was when I was going to go down to a city in Minnesota, north of the Twin Cities area, between the Twin Cities and Fargo. And my family was going to rent a nice big house along the lake, and we're going to celebrate Thanksgiving. And so my nurse practitioner came in. She's got a doctorate in nursing. So even though she's not a doctor, I thought she was, because she did such a great job up to that point. And she's done a great job every day since. Every time I met with her, she's done an awesome job. She's just an awesome person. So anyway, she came in and said, we're taking you off all chemo. You're not going to have any chemo at all because you've got a blood bacteria. And so I'm like, okay, no problem. I thought, my thinking was that they're going to release me. I was going to go, my family's going to pick me up. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to take care of this blood bacteria thing myself. Even though they said I would have to have an IV every 4 hours, 24 hours a day. I thought, that's okay. That's okay. I can do this. I can take care of it myself. But they're like, no. No, you can't take care of this. I mean, there's like, no, you can't leave. But by then, I was down on the second floor as at CLC. And no, I wasn't down at CLC. I think I started, yeah, that's right. I started my, the every 4 hours, I started the IV when I was on the third floor. And then when I went down the second floor is when, continued that. So anyway, the week of Thanksgiving, it was during that week in which I was still getting my medication for my blood bacteria. And they were like I said before, and they said, I thought, I can take care of this. I can do this. And so anyway, pretty much it would have been escaping if they had, but yeah, there's pretty much, I didn't realize how serious a blood bacteria is. A blood bacteria, if you ever have a blood bacteria, if you mess it up, if you mess up the treatment, if they mess up the treatment or something, or if you mess up if you are not diagnosed with a blood bacteria in time, it can kill you within hours or within a few days. That's it. You are gone. You are dead. That's a bacteria like that. It shuts down a lot of your organs, and that is it. Ball game over. Set, match. Game, set, match. You're done. And so anyway, I got to spend Thanksgiving in the hospital. Not exactly the day, not exactly the place you want to be on Thanksgiving Day. And I was getting, And I was getting those IVs for my blood bacteria once every 4 hours, you know. So anyway, I would get, so anyway, I would get 6 of them every day, every day for 2 weeks. And so anyway, oh man, yeah. So anyway, but if I think they would have let me go. If I demanded that I let go, they would have gone, well, okay. It would have been, they would have let me go even when I had a blood bacteria. I mean, they can't hold you against your will. If you want to leave a hospital, they have to go, okay, you want to leave, go ahead, you're screwing up, but okay. But yeah, so anyway, I had to choose, I had to choose in life. Be with my family, or stay in the hospital, be with my family and leave, and take a huge risk with my blood bacteria, or go with my family, or stay in the hospital and continue with my treatment. So that was my choice. I had to make. And so anyway, I mean, but then again, when it comes to my family and Thanksgiving, being with my family on Thanksgiving, if I screw this up, I'm not going to be here next year, so I'm not going to be here next year to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. If I'd done that, if I demanded that I be discharged and be with my family and come back after Thanksgiving was over, I messed that up. I'm not here for next Thanksgiving. So yeah. So anyway, unbeknownst to me, my sister had put together a Shutterfly book for me. And so my sister, her husband Doug, and my youngest brother's wife, Audrey, all drove up from where my family was and gave it to me and spent some time with me at the VA at the hospital. So that was awesome. I couldn't believe that. It's like, wow. And then they filmed me looking through it too, and I was just like, I couldn't believe it. But anyway, yeah, it is. Oh man, it's still incredible that she did that. She put so much work together to do that for me. And that's what a wonderful sister I have. My only sister. I've got sisters-in-law, but only one sister. Yeah. So anyway, she gave me that, and then let's see what else. And so I got through the 2 weeks of getting my medication for my blood bacteria. Got through that, then it's like, okay, then a couple of days after I was done with that, I think that was a Monday. When I had my last IV for my blood bacteria. And Wednesday I started my second chemo. I think it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I had started my second round of chemo on Wednesday after that. And so it's like back to the, you know, you get, when it comes to having cancer, some things are going to come into your life that you never expected. And so it's like back to getting lymphoma cancer treated, getting that taken care of. And actually, let's see, where am I? Oh, that's right. Even before, I think between, let me think here. Well, actually, I can't remember exact day it was, but when I was getting chemo, when I was getting chemo, a doctor, I was talking to a doctor, to a kidney doctor at the VA, and he said, you know, you need to go to the Essentia and go to Essentia because you've got a little bleed on my kidney. And so I went, well, okay. And after he left, I was able to eat. So later on that day, I think, wait a minute, that had to have been on a Friday. That had to have been on a Friday, and it's the next week. Okay, yeah. So anyway, I'm making sure I'm getting the proper days and the right, what happened in the right sequence here. And so anyway, I ended up going to Essentia later on that day. And because of my kidney my right kidney had a little bleed on it, so anyway, they wanted to take care of it at Essentia. So then the next day, Saturday, a doctor came in and said, oh, don't worry about the bleed. No big deal, it's just a little one, don't worry. It's okay, it'll heal itself. And so I'm like, okay. And then later on, he and his boss, another doctor, came in, and his boss said the same thing. Oh, don't worry. You got a little bleed. Don't worry, it'll take care of itself. But then he's like, well, but you got a bigger problem. We just looked at your x-rays, and you got your lymphoma cancer surrounding your right kidney, and it choked off the tube between my right kidney and my bladder. And so my right kidney was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And he said, we got to take care of that now. We got to take care of that right now. And so later on that day, Saturday, they got me down into a room where they do that, where they put in tubes into people, where they put in tubes and stuff like that. And so they put one tube, they put one long tube, or a couple tubes. But they had one tube that went from my kidney to my bladder, and a tube that was, I don't know if they had it was just one long tube through my kidney to my bladder, and the same tube came out of my back and would drain into a bag. My right kidney drained into a bag that I had, a big bag that I had along my leg. And so anyway, I had that in October. And so every time I would, at night, or any time I'd go to the bathroom, I'd have to drain my bag. I'd have to, go take a leak. So anyway, I would do that. So I had a tube coming out of my back since October, and so anyway, yeah, it's just, oh my gosh, you know, it was hard. It was hard with that tube. Sleeping, I could only sleep, you know, I had to make sure I didn't have the bike would be behind me when I was sleeping, because it was between, the bike was, you know, I mean, the tube would come out my back. So then if I'd be laying on my tube, I couldn't, there's no way I could sleep with that, doing that, ever. So that was kind of a pain with the tube. Anyway, and then less than a month ago, they finally took, after a while I got the tube out. I didn't need the bike anymore because my cancer that surrounded my right kidney was almost nothing. So that's why I didn't need the tube anymore. And my kidney function was almost back to normal completely. And, you know, I still had a little tube in my back, which I don't think I needed. But, anyway. So anyway, went back to Essentia and had that taken. Had the small tube that I had in there. Took that out. Now I totally don't have it at all. Now I can sleep on either side. I can sleep any way I want. And since it's early in the morning, I can't sleep anyway. So, but, yeah. So anyway, yeah. It was just, oh my gosh, it was just so hard to have that bike there, but hey, it's okay. Got through it. Got through my blood bacteria. You know, I am done with my chemo. Completely everything through, over, done, out, all of it. So I just need to revoke my membership to the Hairless Club for Men. You know, but anyway, yeah, so anyway, after a while, I'm at the Veterans Nursing Home in Lisbon, North Dakota, and as soon as I'm done with as soon as I take my PET scan and get the results back that I'm cancer free, then I'm done. I'm out of here. It is see you later. I'm done. I mean, it's been okay. I mean, but how many people who are 54 do you know who want to be in a nursing home? You know, not many. Not many. I am not one of them. You know, can't wait to, in some ways, I can't wait to leave. But this is a great place to be if you can't take care of yourself.